Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Meesha.
Welcome back to another episode of the North Atlanta Real Estate Podcast with your amazing host, Meesha
And Jeff Ahi.
And today we are focusing on one of the most beautiful and sought after cities in North Fulton. We're looking at Milton, Georgia. And if you love tree-lined roads, equestrian estates, and that perfect blend of luxury and laid-back charm, Milton is where you want to be.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy. When you go out there, you feel like you're nowhere near the city, right? Just out in the middle of horse farm area.
And then when you leave Milton and come to Alpharetta, you're like, oh my gosh, look at this chaos happening. Yes, because it's interesting that the population density for Milton is about 1,000 people per square mile, and the population density for Alpharetta jumps to 2,400 people per square mile. So you definitely see that crowd when you enter Alpharetta.
Yeah, absolutely. Because one of the things, I guess, one of the aspects about Milton is they have that minimum 1 acre size for lots. And so they're trying to keep the density down. I guess they like their privacy up there.
Mm-hmm. So how is the real estate looking in Milton, Jeff?
Well, let's just take a quick look. So if we're comparing, say, 2004 and 2005, median sale price through this part of the year in 2004 was $1,285,000. And these are for detached homes. And so far this year, it jumped to $1,390,000. So that's an 8% increase. That doesn't necessarily mean that every property went up by 8% in appreciation standpoint, but at least the price point has moved up. So people are purchasing more expensive homes as part of that. Also, there has been a little bit of slippage. We take a look at what is the percentage of the list price that the seller is actually getting when they're selling, and in 2024 it was 98.5%, and this year it has slipped a little bit to 97.4%. So otherwise, almost exactly the same number of sales. I would say fairly similar to last year, maybe just that little bit of weakness that we've seen all across our markets. And the big question that we're going to be answering next year is, which way are we going from here? Are we going to continue to go sideways, or are we going to drop a little bit? Hard to imagine that we're going to go shooting up. But so anyway, that's what we're going to take a look at as we move on.
Well, the interesting thing about Milton is that cash buyers are still very active here, and especially in the price point of $1.5 to $2 million. So there definitely are houses which are being financed, but a lot of cash buyers were moving in from New York, California, Texas.
I think a lot of people, they can't believe they can get so much land and these amazingly large homes, horse farms, there's equestrian farms they have in Milton, and it's just a whole different vibe there completely. It's like you're just way off in the wilderness and you're really just, a little bit northwest of Alpharetta.
Yes, and you chance upon these gorgeous neighborhoods like the Manor, White Columns, and Crabapple Road. No podcast about Milton will be complete without these exclusive neighborhoods that we have.
So one of my favorite parts of these segments, Meesha, is when you do the research and you look into what do you get for your money here. So sort of our high, low, and midpoint. So why don't you start us off? Let's go shoot for the top. What is the most expensive home currently for sale in Milton?
The most expensive house right now hold on to your horses. It is an equestrian pun, okay?
That was a good one. I was going to give you credit.
Is 15785 Thompson Road. Now this behemoth of a house is on 11,780 square feet, which includes the basement, and is priced at $14.9 million.
Wow, that's the most expensive house we've talked about, I think, in all these episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's brand new on 12 acres. It's got 5 bedrooms, 6 full and 1 half bathroom. And the price per square foot is $1,264.
That's quite a bit around here, but I guess in some other parts of the country, if you're out from California, that looks cheap, or at least it looks reasonable, right?
Agreed. Now for our more discerning clients who are looking to find out what is the least expensive house in Milton, well, it's still expensive. We're looking at 120 Quarrington Court, which is priced at $625,000, which is, I think, on our previous episodes, we were like, well, the median sales price for Alpharetta coming is about $600,000-$700,000. And now this is the low price for Milton. So, it just kind of goes to show how expensive Milton is as a place to live. Now, 120 Quarrington Court, which is priced at $625,000, was built in 2000. It's got 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms. It's got 3,120 square feet with the basement. So the price per square foot would be about $200.
We've done some door knocking over in Wellington, over in Johns Creek, and we noticed that this is the exact same floor plan that they have over in Wellington that you can get for probably $400,000, or maybe with the finished basement, $450,000, a little more. But it just shows you how much people are willing to pay just to be in Milton. Yes. Comparatively.
And there are about 108 houses available in Milton as of this recording. And then the median sales price ended up being extremely high at $1.7 million.
Yeah, that's crazy. What do you get for your $1.7 million, Meesha?
Well, about 5 years ago, and I kind of feel like COVID was the catalyst that changed prices so dramatically for us. Now for $1.775 million, you get 2470 Hopewell Plantation, which is this gorgeous house with 5 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms. It's got 5,250 square feet with a fully renovated basement. And it's got a 3-car garage, and the price per square foot is $338.
Yeah, so you get a nice house, but it certainly is a lot different than 5 years ago. You would have gotten, you've been in, I guess, the Manor and getting a nice house over in the Manor for that price, right?
Exactly,
back then.
Exactly. In our research, we found out that 5 years ago, for this price, you could have got a house in the Manor. And now Hopewell Plantation, which again is a gorgeous neighborhood, is now your median home in Milton.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? How things change.
And now you've helped me buy a house in Milton. What can I do for fun?
Well, so most of the commercial area, if you're going to go out and enjoy, they have that city center that they've created, the new area in Milton, right off of Mayfield Road as it's cutting through Crabapple Road as it changes into. And then you, of course, have the shopping area that's right around the silos. And I think that's what at least most people used to identify with Milton, is the silos with the red caps on them. And they have quite a bit going on now with their introducing this new city center, lots of shopping, restaurants. They have a farmer's market. I think it's the third Wednesday of every month that runs sort of between, I guess it's a springtime to November. And then you have some festival that they have that goes on, I think, in the beginning, first weekend in October. They have, I guess, some smaller events where they call it sip and shop, where you can carry your drink around while you go shopping and things like that. So it's a small community, at least the commercial space, but they really are trying to increase the amount of activities there. And the people, I think, have responded well. It's very nice to have that downtown shopping area, and they developed that because Alpharetta has their little area, and so now the Milton has built theirs, and it's actually very nice. If you haven't been and hanging out for a second. I'm going to the farmer's market on Wednesday. When I'm out of vegetables, I can tell you what, I'm going to head there on Wednesday and check it out, because I haven't done that yet.
Yes, and the demographic of Milton definitely takes care of these interesting activities that we have with families, because the average age is about 40 and the median income is extremely high. It's about $150,000 plus, and a lot of business owners, a lot of horse farm owners live in Milton. So yeah, definitely the farmers market kind of is required. So you've been in this area for a while, and yeah, I know you were talking to me about how Milton kind of came to be. Do you want to give our listeners a little bit of a background?
Yeah, so a little backstory. The city of Milton itself was developed the same time that the city of Johns Creek came into being. That's when there was this big land grab, and all unincorporated North Fulton got divided up between Alpharetta and Roswell, formed Milton and formed Johns Creek, and they divided all the unincorporated area up. And so that was in 2006, December 1, 2006. But previous to that, there was actually a Milton County, and that was a county that, I guess, disappeared and got folded into Fulton County during the Great Depression. And it was due to costs, and it was just a way to, I guess, save costs and duplicate services. And it was just too expensive to be running their own county. And so they folded that into Fulton County. And there's certainly been a lot of talk over the years to write that back off. A lot of people up here would love to have that Milton County back, to have a little more control over the local governance up here. There is, however, a rule or a law in Georgia right now that unfortunately is going to make that very difficult is they have capped the number of counties and said there can be no more counties than the amount right now unless they're going to change, I guess in this case, the Constitution to allow more counties. So that's a tough road to climb, and so it's unlikely that that's ever going to happen, unfortunately, because I think a lot of people up here would be very popular. Yeah, so that's kind of the background of where it came from, and where we're going, I guess, is going to be interesting to watch the development downtown as they continue to develop that and get a little more density downtown. There's a lot of new construction, townhomes and such that they're building right around the heart of the city. So as that continues to develop and increase the density, it'll be interesting to see how Milton develops over the years.
Yeah, and you should know that it's this cute little castle in Milton.
Oh, that thing's crazy. Yeah.
Yes, it's supposed to be like a love story, and the husband built it for his wife, and it's got everything replete with like a moat, the turrets. It's all enclosed.
Yeah, and has gnomes all over the yard, if I remember right,
Yeah.
Has some kind of, yeah.
So if you're in the area, definitely check out that little castle that we have.
Yeah, that's a fun thing to see. That's like when you're going up Arnold Mill Road. I think it's on the west side of the road. You can't miss it.
And for buyers, if you're looking to buy a house in Milton, this fall is actually a great time to make a move because there are fewer competing offers, a lot more motivated sellers, and interest rates that are stabilizing.
Yeah, I think this is a great time, as we talked about. It's a great time for buyers who are really serious to use this as an opportunity before next year starts. As we know, we're expecting those 2 rate cuts to happen, one at the end of this month and then one in the beginning of December. If that does come in to pass and rates do drop, I think we can expect that the beginning of next year is going to be maybe a little more vibrant. And if competition comes back and the buyers do come out of the shadows and start purchasing, this fall might be your best opportunity before you get too much competition next year. Now, we don't know this is going to happen, but it certainly could happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you move to Milton, you will be hobnobbing with the rich and famous because a lot of our celebrities live in Milton, especially in the manor.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about buying or selling in Milton or just curious about what your home might be worth, reach out to us anytime.
Yeah, we'd be happy to help. And so I guess, is that it for now?
That's it for now. It's nice talking to you, Jeff.
Great, Meesha. Thanks.
Till next time, this was your North Atlanta real estate market update. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.